Hey YouTube, what's up? Welcome to another special episode, and today it's the 10,000 meter world record spikes edition. Today Joshua Cheptegei is attempting the world record in the 10,000 meters on the track, which is currently held by Bekele, and here I'm back with part 2 of testing those spikes that are the world record spikes. In part 1, which is here, I tested the 5,000 meter world record spikes, the old ones and the current ones, and it's lucky because those are the same spikes that are the 10,000 meter world record spikes, and here they are: Nike ZoomX Dragonfly and Nike Zoom Eldoret. And yeah, so if you missed the first part, please check it out, give it a like, share it, and then let's go with part 2. Today I'm on the track, will be doing my own workout, and afterwards, and with that, I will be doing testing of those of the track. We'll give you some shots, frame from frame analysis, like we did on the Nike ZoomX Dragonfly versus the Nike Air Zoom Victory video. I also will link that up here, you can check this out. And yeah, I'm really looking forward for the test. Those spikes are looking completely different and feeling completely different. We already figured it out in the first part, and yeah, right now we'll be doing my workout, we'll give you some shots. See you later with the frame analysis. Until then, check out part 1, check out the other video, like my video, subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications, and see you later.
We flow through mountaintops, we grow now, we won't stop. Face death out of breath, so close, almost. See the morning light, sun is out, we will be fine. So I won't we take time to listen carefully, everyone. It feels good on me. Rewind, 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 the beat is taking over. Can we find some closure? Why won't we take time, take time, take time? See the morning light, sun is out, we will be fine. So
Welcome back, and here I am at home. I just cut the video, put the frames together. I have 6 frames from each shoe: pre-landing, landing, and release of the shoe. And to conclude the video at the end, we will do the shoe mobility test. We will analyze this and see how the shoes behave. So I got 6 parallel frames here, like we did on the Nike Dragonfly versus the Air Zoom Victory video. We'll just go briefly through them, analyze what we see. I will share you my experiences from testing those shoes on a track. And yeah, let's just get into it. The first part, the first picture is pre-landing. Here we are just going downside, going to the ground, and yeah, we'll see how the shoes squeezes, how the shoes behave, what we can see from the shoe. And here we are, frame number 2 is the landing on the ground on the track. On the left side we have the Eldoret spikes from Bekele, and on the right side we have the Nike ZoomX Dragonfly that will Joshua Cheptegei use in his world record attempt later. So here we have on the left side, you can see that the full shoe is flat on the ground, and on the right side the heel is still in the air. There is to note, I have to say, It's difficult to have the same frames, so but that's what the shoe on the right is capable of. Because of his stiffness, because of his foam, it forces you to stay on the front foot. Front foot or middle foot strike. I personally don't believe that it's possible to run a heel strike with the Dragonfly spikes. If you achieve that, then you're doing something really wrong, because those shoes really force you to stay on the front foot, whereas the left shoe is an old spike. There was not such researches, there was not such scientific researches regarding shoes. So these shoes are spikes. They are really easy, flat upper and shoelaces. That's it. They don't even have the hole on the background that was introduced later by Nike. And yeah, that's the first frame with landing. Now we will having the third frame, which is the second part of the landing, and we will see a difference. To stop here right now is that the note to you, look at the heel of the Eldoret spikes. Here it is almost on the ground, whereas the Dragonfly is in the air. And now if we keep going, you will see there is not much change on the Dragonfly spikes, whereas the heel is slowly moving up on the Eldoret spikes. And that's it for right now on this frame. There is nothing much more markable. We will see in the next frame that the shoes on the left side move up from the heel, and on the right side we have just a small movement because you are already on that front foot strike or middle foot strike. And here we see what I want you to explain. What's the biggest difference between those shoes? It's the foam on the downside. On the left side we have a really small and thin sole. It's really thin. You can feel the spikes when you run in them. I tested those on the track today, and I was feeling the track much more than on the right side. On the right side we have the Dragonfly spikes, much more foam, and you are feeling like you are running on something cloudy. They are not too hard, but also not very squishy. They are just forcing you to stay on the front foot, giving you much more cushion than the shoes on the left side. And so that's for me the major difference between those shoes, but that's the result of recent researches and the recent introducements by Nike. And yeah, so here we are releasing from the ground, and now we will see how the shoes go back up, and we will have, here is the moment where the spikes leave the ground, get back from the ground. I will show you later the downside of both shoes, like I already did in part 1, but I will do it again on the shoe mobility test and show you the differences between the spikes on the ground. And yeah, here we see it's a little bit of difference in the frames, but just the push off from the ground. And on the last frame we are completely in the air again. We are off the ground and will be just analyzing the shape of the shoe. On the right side we have the Dragonfly spikes. We have foam in the middle, which forces you to stay on the front. It gets less if you go to the front, to the feet, to the front. And yeah, we have the maximum allowed size on the stack height, which is 25 millimeters right now. The old shoes fit into that with no problem. They have less cushion. I must say probably they hurt on a 10,000 meter run on the track. I don't know if they had special adjustments in Kenenisa Bekele's shoes, but I think that those hurt for a 10K on the track. And yeah, that was the frame analysis. We have seen the three biggest differences, which I want to tell you here again before we go to the shoe mobility test. So the three biggest differences between those spikes for me are the shape of the shoe. We have a bulky shoe on the Dragonfly and a thin shoe on and a thin and light shoe on the Eldoret spikes. We figured out previously that the Dragonfly spikes are lighter than the Eldoret spikes, but I must say if you wear them, I get the feeling that the Eldoret spikes are feeling lighter because they are not so bulky like the ZoomX Dragonfly spikes. Then we have the difference in the stiffness of the shoe, like we will see in the shoe mobility test, that one of those shoes isn't foldable, and the other shoe you can do whatever you want with it. Therefore, this one shoe forces you to stay on the front foot or a mid strike, and the other shoe allows you also a heel strike. And the last part is the shape of the shoe is wide. The Dragonfly shoe is a wider shoe, whereas the Eldoret spikes is like getting thinner and thinner to the front of the shoe. And to end this video, to conclude this topic of the epic comparison of the world record spikes, I will be showing you the shoe mobility test. Let's go, let's get into it. I try to fold and twist the shoes in every direction. Here we are with the Eldoret spikes. As you see, you can fold those in every part of the shoe, on the front, in the middle, and the end. So those shoes are really foldable, and you will also see that you can twist them around the vertical. And yeah, shoes are really loose, they are not stiff. And yeah, so to conclude the shoe, I wanted to show you here the downside of the shoe. We just have 3 spikes and two plastic spikes. We don't know if Kenenisa Bekele had another setup on the downside of the shoe, but that's how the shoes look like back in the years. And let's get to the last part. It's the Dragonfly spikes. You just can't twist those spikes. You can fold them a little bit in the back side of the shoe, but in the front side you just can't fold those. And you saw the downside, which has 6 spikes. And yeah, to conclude this video, I'm giving you my personal opinion on this one, and I personally don't think that the shoe will affect the record because it has much more other criterias that are more important than the shoes. The shoes are a factor, of course they are, because you know yourself, if you are used to wearing tight singlets while running and somebody gives you an oversized shirt, then you are not feeling good. And if you have a tight shirt and you feel good, you feel fresh, then you will perform better. And that's for me the same with shoes. I'm sure Kenenisa Bekele back in the years felt great with these shoes. He was honored and really happy to have those shoes, what is right now with the Dragonfly and Cheptegei shoe. So for me, it's just a mentally aspect. If you have something you trust in, you will perform better. Like I have shoes, I trust those, I will perform better. But the performance, the world record will not be affected by shoes. I think that there are much more different things that are more important than the shoes. For example, recovery, training, nutrition. In the past, there have been so much more researchers. Running is getting more professional. They are professional running teams. They are managers. They are whole teams organizing everything for the athletes. So I don't want to reduce the achievements of both athletes to their shoes, because it's not shoes. They probably could run sub 27 with Crocs or without shoes on the track. And yeah, to say that, to conclude with it, both shoes are great. There are differences in the shoes like we figured out. I don't know how much the Zoom Eldoret spikes was back in the years. How much did it cost? The Zoom Dragonfly spikes is very, very expensive and it's hard to get. But it's a unique shoe. We are now blessed to have these shoes, and we are really happy that Nike is going that way and producing the shoes. Nevertheless, is a big marketing move. And yeah, but those shoes seem to work. Records got breaking, people are getting better. But that's not only the factor why people are getting better. And yeah, that's it with the video. I hope you liked it. If you missed part 1, make sure to check it out. I will link it up here. And yeah, if you want to see some more shoe related videos in the future, smash the subscribe button like this video and comment below what you want to see with shoes. The next shoe video will drop probably in a few weeks, where I will be doing part 2 of the Wish spikes. I will be testing those on the track, the most expensive spikes, the Air Zoom Victory versus the cheapest spikes, just some random spikes from Wish. I already did part 1, unboxing those, looking through those, measuring those, weighting those, and yeah. But that's it for right now. Hopefully we will see a new 10,000 meter world record, and until then, have fun, enjoy, peace and love, baby.